So you guys were one. I'm hearing a lot of you guys. You guys wanted a theme song shortened, so here we go. This girl reviews movies, games, and books. Sometimes she plays them. So does that. And when she does it with the cat, does that make her crazy? Does that make her crazy? Probably. So it's shorter. There you go. Crazycatlady or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use, educational, for education and entertainment.
Yeah, what's up, Doc? Hey, Elmer. Uh, be very, very quiet. I'm hunting the reviewers. This was my closest thing to those reviewing those. Sadly, I don't have toys of those two characters because I'm not as big a fan as Looney Tunes as I am Disney. But since one of our favorite cartoon rabbits is, so I'll do some voices as this is as Elmer and Bugs, but not as good as I'm doing the other ones. So I'll try reading some of these names as Bugs, but not the whole entire time. But since he's now, depends on what year you look at. Uh, Bugs is 85 or 80 because he was technically made in 1938, but he was called by a different name. And then he started. I guess they're counting the time when he started being called Bugs as when he's 80. So yeah, yeah. But I already have a history about Bugs. But I wanted to like I do for Disney this week around. I'm gonna review two Bugs Bunny cartoons in honor of our of in honor of my first cartoon rabbit that I was introduced to, since I learned about him before Oswald. Um, so yeah, and technically my favorite Looney Tune. So yeah, let's find. We're gonna do the second cartoon that he shows up in, and my favorite cartoon that he was in. So let's get started. We're started with the second cartoon that he was in, which is Pedro was Pedro Old George, and this was March 25th, 1939. One of my creators, Chuck Jones, and my beloved voice, was played by Mel Blanc. And I was torturing these poor doggies that were running away from being put in the pound. And so instead of them being put in the pound, they got put in worse circumstances. They ran into me before I got my gloves. And they had to fight magic because it's midnight hour magic. And I'm a rabbit. And at the end of this, after I tortured the big dog enough, he puts me into a box. It's like if he put me inside of a box that belongs to Pandora. Eventually, Pandora opened it, didn't she? So yeah, that's basically it. My second cartoon. The animator that did it was Rudy Larriva, and this was back when Warner Brothers was called a different name. It was like Television Studio. So yeah. And so let's talk about the next one. Elmer, I'm gonna hand it over to you. And that is that is What's Opera Dark, which is Martha's favorite cartoon. And that is the one came out on July 6, 1956. 1957. Also directed by Chuck Jones. And music by Milt Franklyn and Richard Elmer. And basically I have a magic helmet and I get tricked by Bugs Bunny dressing in drag, like I usually do. And I finally get to kill the rabbit in this one, because it's an opera. Yeah. What do you expect in operas? A happy ending? It sucks in operas. But time for Marty to go back to talking to her voice because it's starting to hurt. Yeah, I like this one because I found it funny. And I found it happy for Elmer that he finally killed him. But he was sad that he finally killed him too. He felt sorry after he did it. But it's kind of like a Viking and opera mixed together. So, let me know if you guys want me to continue doing these Looney Tune ones. Sadly, I can't do toys. But then, because I don't have any of these toys. So, I just did the characters as best I possibly can. And I'm sorry I'm a little out of practice. I don't really do these characters that often. So, I need to do more practicing. But let me know if you guys want to do any Looney Tunes reviews. And what shorts should I do? Because because I like both. There you go. Happy birthday, Bugs. Hope you get, and you, unlike me, you'll live forever. You will live forever, buddy. People, hopefully, at least somebody around will know who you are. So, and you be torturing somebody. So, I'll see you guys later. Like, figure, and subscribe, and bye-bye. And bye-bye, Doc.